Over the last 3 months, I tasted the very best Char Kway Teow in Singapore and Penang, and here's what I learned. First, we have been spelling Char Kway Teow wrong. You would think that this is the correct spelling. No, Char Kway Teow is spelled with a Q, because you cannot seem to get a goddamn plate of Char Kway Teow without queuing. You know, I have seen the comments. Almost every video has some people saying like, oh, this Char Kway Teow is so overrated, oh, cannot make it lah. And yet, every week when I go now to a new place, there's a freaking queue! You, come here. Somebody is wrong, right? I don't know who, but either everyone in the queue is overrating the Char Kway Teow, or user 82777839 doesn't know what he's talking about. Or can two things be true? According to a recent study done by a graduate from an elite university in Southeast Asia, 239 participants were asked if queuing makes the food taste better or worse. 62% of the participants actually believe that queuing diminishes one's experience of the food. So it could be that the reason why people think that Char Kway Teow is overrated is because they have to queue to try it. If that is true, then in order to make Char Kway Teow taste better, we need to shorten the queue. We can do this by either improving the workflow or have new hawkers enter the scene. But we'll come back to that later. Finding number 2. Penang Char Kway Teow is better than Singapore's Char Kway Teow. I don't say this in a casual, borderline racist, memeish kind of way. You know the good old, oh, you want good food in Singapore, tapao from JB. Good food is dependent on skill, effort and good ingredients, not where someone is from, silly. Penang Char Kway Teow is better for 2 reasons. 1. A higher ITNR, or ingredients to noodles ratio. This is not just so that the customer gets more value, oh, me got more prawn, me happy. Not only does putting more ingredients give more textures, which simply makes Char Kway Teow more fun to eat, but every ingredient that you add flavors the entire plate. An example of this is how some hawkers add cockle water, the water used to soak and store cockles, instead of plain water to steam the noodles when necessary. We have also seen how Aling Char Kway Teow was able to convey incredible flavors by introducing more ingredients. Because the spongy flat rice noodles, or Kway Teow, will absorb any flavor that comes close to them. So I think, just like in fried rice, you fry the ingredients to flavor the oil, in this case is lard, and then use that to flavor the rest of the noodles, having a thin layer of oil coat every noodle. One noodle. I cannot imagine leaving my house for this. Second reason why Penang Char Kway Teow is better. Wok space. After spending 3 months with the dish, I have come to learn that Char Kway Teow is introverted. She really enjoys the extra space during the frying process. This allows more heat to get to the noodle to give it that proper fry, and more space for convection currents to flow so that moisture is properly drawn out of the dish. If you go through the dozens of Penang Char Kway Teow street cooking videos on YouTube, you will see that they rarely ever overcrowd their wok. Whereas locally, it's common practice to split a big wok into 2, where the side nearer to the hawker is the holding area, and the further side is the one used for cooking. I get it, it is more efficient, and arguably more important to get people their food during rush hour than it is to perfect every plate. In fact, one pro tip that I have learned is that if you want good Char Kway Teow, you have to go early, when the hawker has the luxury to use the entire wok just to fry your order. But that also tells me Singapore's Char Kway Teow has not reached a final form yet. I honestly think that Singapore's Char Kway Teow recipe is every bit as good as Penang's. I don't think that there's another recipe out there that can showcase the nuances of dark soya sauce as brilliantly as Singapore's Char Kway Teow. But in terms of execution, we fall short of Penang's. I don't know, there should be a way to improve the workflow, such that every plate of noodles gets enough space on the wok, but at the same time not compromise on the output. Maybe have a separate, bigger wok to pre-fry the noodles. Oh, by the way, I spoke to an old uncle while I was queuing. He thought that this pre-fry method was a shortcut. It's not. Frying the noodles first under high heat hardens the noodles a bit, so that when you fry it with the other ingredients later, it doesn't become mush. It also allows the seasoning to be more even. Anyway, pre-fry the noodles first, and then have separate smaller woks to cook one portion at a time. I'm thinking if a line cook can handle 4 to 6 pans of pasta simultaneously, I'm sure our local hawkers can do the same. Personally, I cannot. But I'm just a below average home cook at best, and quite literally passerby A. What I'm trying to say is, there is still headroom for our local Char Kway Teow scene to grow, but it takes a more culinary proficient mind than mine to make that happen. Perhaps sooner rather than later, an aspiring hawker can show us how it can be done. How do you think the Char Kway Teow can be improved? And that's all I have for you guys this time. Next week we begin our new series, so keep a lookout for that. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!